Hiya, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
You want to go do a podcast?
Sure.
Jump in.
Ladies and gentlemen, hedgehogs and echidnas, robotniks of all ages, and everyone else, welcome to Binging Barbie. I'm your host, Jay, and with me I have my co-host. How could something so adorable be so terrible? John!
Adorable.
Nice.
That is me scrolling through the Sonic the Hedgehog quotes page at IMDb, where they have the entire script, or what feels like the entire script, posted. Oh, and now I've lost my second quote. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Here, we'll just go with this one. We have our special guest co-host of this series as well. He's the top banana in a world full of monkeys, Toa.
All right.
Yeah, this is the end of our Sonic series, and as is tradition, we're doing our rankings episode. This should be a pretty short one.
Yeah, only 25 films, 15 TV shows.
It is
we're
weird
actually
how...
ranking all the games and TV shows in this too.
Yeah.
It is weird how totemic this movie franchise has been. And maybe it's just because it was a popular game franchise before, but how big it does feel even after just like 5 years and 4 projects.
Yeah. It's gone through a journey for sure. Even the first film not expected to be well received because it had really, really bad looking characters. And then going through and like it had its own hero's journey before it even got to the theaters. So I think everybody looking at this film series has a little bit of a fondness for it because in some ways the fans had like a really big role in its success.
Yeah. And it's been a bit of an underdog, especially like after all of the response to the first trailer and then their improvements since. And now like with the new one going up against Mufasa and winning the weekend.
Like
overall
this
box
series
office will probably be different. But no, it is like this massive hit that is kind of surprising.
And it's been beating out its competition, like even the past couple films. To be fair, the second one was going against Morbius, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we can dive in. At number 4 spot, pretty fittingly for the first spot on the list, is Sonic the Hedgehog, the original movie here, with a overall score of 3.2 out of 5. John, you have this on your personal list at number 3. I have it at number 4. Toa, you have it at number 3.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. It's a starting place.
They were figuring things out, learning how to do things. We've talked a lot on this series about how it feels like the creative team has done a good job learning from the past films and what worked and what didn't work nearly as well and improving on things. So it kind of stands to reason that the first go around, they're trying new things out. And this is a very solid foundation on which they have built the rest of the series.
Somewhat solid. Yeah. It is less of a Sonic film and more of a road trip film with James Marsden and a CGI character. But then you also have Jim Carrey as well, holding up a lot of this film together.
Yeah, this was a very safe film. This is like, hey, we want to get this IP out there. We want to advertise for our games more. We're going to do a movie. We're going to use some really safe actors as the name actors. But we're going to get it out there kind of thing. And I think if you're looking at it from that perspective, they executed on it well. It's not it is certainly not the best film out there. But because of the effort that they put in for the previous films, and the fact they were willing to completely redo the CGI for this one, I still have a certain amount of fondness for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, at number 3, we have, very fittingly for the follow up, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, with a score of 3.3 out of 5. John and Toa, you both have this at your number 2 spot. I have it at my number 3 spot. This is maybe a bit of an upset here. This is the weird thing about doing these ranking videos, is that since I rated a future one so high, it actually has elevated its place in the list by like a couple decimal points. So this one is here, even though both Toa and John have rated or ranked this higher than I did. Yeah, no, this is an incredible follow up, just in terms of like, they have iterated upon what worked the last time around and found new things to bring in and introduce
Yeah,
in a very fun way.
Yep.
feels more like Sonic. He has like his other characters coming in, like Tails and Knuckles, all fun in their own. So
Yeah, and they
enjoyable.
brought in like big story elements like the Chaos Emerald, which is a very
Yeah.
like game specific thing.
Like it still has issues of its own. I pointed out a lot of like the action felt very slowed down for characters that should be going pretty fast. But
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this is, even just on like a visual level, the fact that they are working from the ground up with this redesigned Sonic rather than trying to edit him in, which the first one did a phenomenal job with the hand they were dealt. Here we're seeing a sort of an a plussing of that and getting this character just animated so well
yeah.
in a way that is like, oh, I wonder what the first one would have looked like if they had that design all along.
It's
Yeah.
also a film that was made during the pandemic, and so any scenes
Yes.
with like the live action and human portions does suffer greatly.
Yeah.
But I
But
will
even
say, I
still,
do like some of the subplots there. So,
yeah. And like it's it's still a good improvement off the last one. The story is less cookie cutter, and so it makes it a lot more interesting.
yeah.
And of course, yeah, all the game elements that they brought into this between, you know, Knuckles and Tails, especially Tails having uh the the same voice actress as Tails regularly has, just brought a lot of life into this. Even Jim Carrey having bigger mustache was like
Yes.
oh, that's just great. I love that.
Yeah, it feels like a definite improvement on the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, at number 2, we're going in chronological order here because we have Knuckles, the TV show, with a score of
Yeah.
3.3 out of 5. Again, this was just a few decimal points away from being the number 3. John and Toa, you both have this at number 4. I have it at number 2. I love this series. I had so much fun watching it. It just blew my mind in terms of like what these Sonic things can be and how they can like incorporate interesting and weird ideas. The low budget rock opera episode is one of my favorites in just TV in general. It's just so much fun, such a fun idea, and they go for it completely. A lot of fun performances as well. A really fun villain.
Yep.
Yeah, I had so much fun with this.
I mean, I I wish that we had more Knuckles in the show, because at the end of the day, this is more of the Wade show, and Wade was a fun
Yeah.
character, but there was just a lot of moments where he just didn't quite have the power to really carry this entire show. Which, uh, towards the end, Knuckles was just like a background character for a lot of it, which was unfortunate. Um, like there's some things that I didn't love that you loved more, Jay, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. I think
it was a streaming show.
I I'll say this much. I think it was a good enough show. Um but for me the thing that was lacking was that it didn't feel particularly like a Sonic show. Like Knuckles was there, and at moments he was an integral part of the story, but he took a back seat and the only like real interaction with the rest of the world that has been pre-established is Wade, who Wade is a very small character even in his biggest film. So I think that was the biggest downside for me, is that it felt like a spin-off and not like another entry into this universe. But as far as like the content involved, it's a fun show. It's goofy. It made me genuinely laugh sometimes. It's so hard to be mad at a show for including like Carrie Ells. Elwas. He's got a weird spelling, but he's great. Um, yeah. Overall, it's just it's one of those that like I don't know if I'll rewatch it anytime soon. But if anybody asks me if it was good, I'll say yeah. I would say it's worth at least one watch.
At least
I
the
will
rock
be
opera.
rewatching the rock opera episode.
The rock
So
opera episode's great. I will, yeah, I'll agree with you on that front.
and yeah, number
Uh,
1, the most recent Sonic movie, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, with a score of 3.6 out of 5.
yeah,
I mean, it's
it's
kind
just
of
good.
undeniable.
Yeah,
This is a franchise
Yeah.
that has gotten better as it has gone along, and as the creators behind it have, again, they've been learning from the previous movies and what worked and bringing it over and adding in new elements that also work. Yeah, it's just phenomenal. I had so much fun
yeah.
sitting in the theater and watching this.
One could say that they lived and learned.
Yes, they lived, they
Sure.
Sorry.
laughed, they
Okay.
loved.
Great movie though. I really enjoyed it. It was the only one where I felt actually like immersed in the story and excited and even emotionally moved at some points with like the hype of it or the raw emotions that the characters are showing. It felt most like a Sonic franchise
Yeah.
movie. Um, and if they're comfortable with this now, I'm so excited to see what they do next. Just overall, really good film. If there's any that I'm going to go back and rewatch anytime soon, it's going to be this one.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely.
Great Jim Carrey dual performance. A lot of
Yep.
just fun stuff going on. I mean, Shadow the Hedgehog is a hoot.
Yeah. And like I said in the individual episode, like the story itself, at its basics, it is a by the numbers story, but they're using much higher numbers. So,
Yeah, yeah. This is a
Yep.
level above. Um, it's more complicated. It's more dramatic. It's bigger and more cinematic. And yeah, that's exactly the direction I've been wanting these Sonic movies to go. So very
yeah.
excited to see what Sonic 4 looks like.
Very
Hopefully,
much so.
it is. You can top this one.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, on that note, thank you everyone for listening. Make sure to follow us on social media. We are Binging Barbie Podcast on Instagram and Tumblr, Binging Barbie on Twitter and Serialized, and Binging Barbie, a Barbie movie podcast on Letterboxd. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a 5-star review and go join our Patreon. Toa, where can people find you?
You can find me most frequently on twitch.tv/telelegend. I stream Thursday nights at 10 p.m. EST most weeks. And also on youtube.com/telelegend.
Well, yeah, thanks again for joining us for this series. We had a blast having
Absolutely.
you on, and yeah, it's always great to go through these with someone else to add some opinions and bring in some context as well.
Yeah, it was fun to finally have an excuse to watch these movies because it's been one that I'm like I've been following from a distance, and then I was like, yeah, I'll watch it eventually, and then finally I was like, okay, this is a good excuse to actually finally sit down and really experience these films, and I'm very happy that I got to do so alongside you guys.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
we will be back next week for our new series. I am commandeering the podcast to go off script and talk about the Twilight movies, as I have been teasing for a while now. John will not be involved in that. He, for some reason, I cannot comprehend, did not particularly want to watch 5 Twilight movies and talk about them. Actually, I think it's only 4. Doesn't matter. we will be doing that. I have a panel of special guests who will be on the various episodes, and yeah, we've already recorded a couple episodes, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, we will see you all then. Bye, Sonic or
Bye,
Barbie.
Sonic.
Gotta go
Amy.
fast.